Welcome back. We are taking a live look out of our Pasco camera. A few high-level clouds out there as we take a look at Giza Stadium, where the Dust Devils will be back in action tonight. The sun is up, it's shining bright, and we do have an alert day today because of the potential for fires. That's all due to the dry vegetation and the winds, which will be picking up. And the alert days will continue into tomorrow and Saturday, because those winds will stay on the gusty side. So let's give you the forecast for today. Winds will be strongest in the Kittitas Valley, where we did have a fire develop yesterday. We'll talk more about that one in a little bit. 86 degrees, Yakima, 92 in Breezy, 93 in the Tri-Cities, 92 in Hermiston, and 91 degrees in Walla Walla. We'll talk more about that fire that developed yesterday and look at your weekend forecast coming up in a bit. Zoe, back to you.
Coming up, a deadly wildfire in Douglas County is now 75% contained. The staggering damage it's leaving behind. And 2 officers are hospitalized after a vehicle rams through a security barricade. What investigators are working to determine about the Hanford site crash. Also ahead, a recall campaign against 3 of Benton commissioners gets the green light, how it's leaving some in the community divided.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Salas. Getting into fire watch here, the Chelan Hills fire in Douglas County is about 75% contained after burning nearly 9,800 acres since it broke out on Friday. It has left at least 1 person dead and destroyed homes across the area. Fire officials say the victims' remains were found inside a vehicle that had gone off the road. According to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, the fire is being investigated as human-caused. More than $9 million in damage has been reported so far. In Kittitas County, a vegetation fire broke out last night, threatening structures and jumping the Vantage Highway. It's being called the Ryegrass Coulee Fire. There are level 2 be-ready evacuations in place for the city of Vantage north of I-90. Last night, it caused the eastbound I-90 lane to close, but it has since reopened. The Kittitas County Sheriff's Office says that the Vantage Highway is closed as there are downed power lines, and westbound I-90 over the Vantage Bridge is also closed as the fire remains active. 2 Hanford patrol officers were hurt and taken to the hospital after a vehicle crashed through the Y barricade at the Hanford site on Wednesday night.
Vehicle accident near Underwood Road. The Y barricade has been closed to regular access until further notice. The Yakima barricade for entry onto the Hanford site and plan for longer commute time.
This message was played on the emergency AM radio signal 5:30 a.m. telling workers to avoid the entrance and use the Yakima barricade instead because it was closed. Benton County Sheriff's deputies and medics responded to the barricade gate just before 7 p.m. for reports of a serious crash. The status and motive of the driver is unknown, and the extent of the injuries to the 2 patrol officers has not yet been released. The Hanford site says additional information will be provided as it becomes available. A Kennewick-based doctor is facing charges of unprofessional conduct and sexual misconduct from the Washington Department of Health. This after allegedly sexually harassing and sexually assaulting several female colleagues, according to court records. Brooke Watson is a doctor who was employed by medical offices in the Tri-Cities and nearby areas. State Department records say Watson was first licensed to practice as a physician and surgeon in the state of Washington in 2003. Watson's license is still active as of June 2026, and between 2019 and 2023, records show Watson made inappropriate sexual remarks, unwanted sexual advances, and non-consensual contact towards 5 people who were his coworkers or direct subordinates. State Department records also say Watson frequently made sexual remarks towards female colleagues, including comments about their physical attractiveness and breast size. The newest Kittitas County Sheriff's Office K-9 is being hailed as a hero for capturing 2 juvenile males who had escaped from a juvenile detention facility just outside of Ellensburg around 11 p.m. on Monday. 911 received a call from the Park Creek Group Home north of the city of Kittitas. Staff said the 2 suspects broke through a window, attempted to steal an employee's car, and ran into the surrounding brush. Deputies, along with Ellensburg PD, Central Washington University Police, and state troopers all responded. Authorities formed a perimeter around the area where the suspects were believed to be hiding. Doc, the K-9 you see on your screen right there, eventually went through a barbed wire fence and found a belt left by one of the boys, and minutes later, one deputy heard the boys shouting and asking for the dog to get away. Both boys were taken back into secure custody without injury, and they now face the potential of additional charges. Following here in Yakima's Terrace Heights area, the East Valley Fire Chief is continuing to investigate a blaze that destroyed property and threatened a number of homes over the 4th of July weekend. He says it's the 3rd time in 3 years fireworks have sparked a fire in this exact area. Now he's turning to you to help find the person responsible. It was just after midnight on July 5th when crews rushed to Hardy Drive and they battled 30-mile-per-hour winds for 2.5 hours to contain the flames. The fire destroyed a vacant home, a barn, and more than 2,000 feet of fencing. With no other ignition sources like power lines nearby, the chief says fireworks are the culprit.
Video footage, really, that's going to be our best bet because there's really nothing else in the area. There's some investigatory things that the sheriff's office can do to corroborate if they get a vehicle identification. But other than that, the video footage is going to be probably the biggest key to figuring out who may have started the fire.
Now, if you have security cameras facing East Hillcrest or Hardy Drive, please contact the East Valley Fire Department. And a recall campaign targeting 3 Port of Bend commissioners is one step closer to the ballot, and Wednesday's meeting made clear that the community is divided. The Washington Supreme Court has cleared the way for a recall campaign against 3 Port of Bend commissioners. Scott Keller, Bill O'Neill, and Lori Stevens now face a signature drive. Wednesday morning's commission meeting drew a packed room with multiple speakers calling on the 3 to step down.
The responsible path forward is clear. Commissioners Keller, O'Neill, and Stevens, you should resign now and spare the taxpayers of this district the cost and distraction of a prolonged recall campaign.
Now, not everyone agreed, and one airport tenant told commissioners voters elected them by wide margins to do the job and that they should finish it. Commissioner Bill O'Neill addressed the room with a prepared statement saying the board's decision to suspend former executive director Diane Howard was based on employee complaints and followed her contract. The recall campaign cannot officially begin collecting any signatures until the court releases the final petition language. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, President Trump is back in Washington, D.C. as U.S. strikes on Iran intensifies. What he is now saying about his own safety. Your time right now is 6:08. We're taking a look out into Pasco at Giza Stadium where the Dust Devils play. As well, speaking of the Dust Devils, they play tonight at 7:05 p.m. So find out more about the forecast if you plan on going out to the ballpark tonight when we come back on the other end of the break.
In the 85 years of the American Diabetes Association, we've had many wins, but we've never rested. Because 1 out of every 10 Americans has diabetes, and they rely on us every day, just like we rely on you.
At Ace, we know not all paint is created equal. So to do it right, start with exceptional paint that's designed to last. Only Ace has this collection of premium brands like Benjamin Moore, Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines, and Clark & Kensington. And your local Ace has premium service and quality paint that stand up to the test of time. with gallons of paint like Royal, starting at only $29.99. And right now, buy a gallon of Clark & Kensington or Royal paint and get the second one 50% off.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Hey.
Here we go.
Can I get your hat?
How does psoriasis know the worst time to show up? Was that a flinch? It's not like psoriasis is contagious. He's got no idea what I've tried. Lotions, pills, light therapy. I'm done. So done.
Talk to your dermatologist about your psoriasis symptoms and treatment options. Go to sodone.com.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is bringing new ways to win with the $170,000 summer of fun and games. June kicks off with Plinko Party and over $16,000 in cash and prizes every weekend. 3 grand prize winners will play for a chance to win $10,000 cash on June 27th. The fun continues all summer. Step right up to Play Lucky Pick 3 in July and Cash Cube in August. More fun, more ways to win at Wild Horse Resort and Casino.
I take care of the kids, my dad, and things at work. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression, but help is available. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org today.
This newscast sponsored by Walker's Furniture and Mattress.
Welcome back. We are tracking more alert days. So today, tomorrow, Saturday, alert days for the fire concerns, all due to the combination of low relative humidity during the afternoon and evenings, gusty winds, and that dry vegetation. So we've been dealing with this all week long. We had another fire pop up yesterday. We'll have more information on that coming up. As for the weather, it's going to be dry and seasonable today, tomorrow, into the weekend, and then we could be heating up early next week as a ridge of high pressure starts to build in from the south. Here's what to expect today. Strongest wind gusts will likely be across the Kittitas Valley. Could gust even higher than 29 miles per hour. I think we could exceed 30, 35. Ellensburg, 86 degrees for your high temperature, 84 in Thorpe, 92 in Yakima, 92 Union Gap, 91 in Toppenish, 92 Sunnyside. We're forecasting 93 in Tri-Cities, 90 degrees Connell, 91 in Prosser, and 92 degrees in Hermiston. Wind gusts for the rest of the region will likely range between 15 and 20 miles per hour. Not too terribly strong, but any wind gust can ignite or even spread a wildfire that's already ongoing. So we have to be very careful. 90 degrees in Pendleton and 88 degrees to the south. UV index is going to be very high today. Unprotected skin can burn in as little as 15 minutes. So make sure you apply the SPF if you're going to be outdoors for any amount of time today. SPF 30 or higher, and be sure to reapply every 2 hours. Zoe, back to you.
President Trump has landed back home after 2 days at the NATO summit in Turkey. And for the second night in a row, the U.S. fired at Iran in retaliation for Iran breaking the ceasefire agreement. ABC's Karen Wall reports from Washington, D.C.
Good morning. This second round of strikes was larger than the night before. According to the military, these escalating tensions putting President Trump's safety on high alert. President Trump back in Washington from the NATO meetings in Turkey, following another night of strikes at Iran. This time, the U.S. hitting roughly 90 targets. Before landing, President Trump saying he's retaliating for breaking the ceasefire.
Every time they hit us, we're going to hit them 20.
Iran responded by shooting drones and missiles at U.S. allies Bahrain and Kuwait, setting off air raid sirens, and again is threatening to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. The renewed hostilities pushing oil prices up 6%. President Trump acknowledging the heightened danger of this recent turmoil in the Middle East.
I'm number one on the kill list for Iran.
Sources say Secret Service even urged Trump to fly in the old Air Force One plane rather than the new one gifted from Qatar out of an abundance of caution. Karen Hua, ABC News, Washington.
U.S. officials claim the change to the old Air Force One plane was not prompted by a specific threat, but was more for the differences in plane security capabilities. All right, coming up here on Good Morning Northwest, switching gears a little bit, we're coming back with multiple conditions increasing fire risk as Tiffany Savona is tracking what you can expect in your full first alert forecast when we return.
If you put your name on a vehicle, you're signing off on its quality. We don't take that lightly. Ford is #1 for initial quality among mainstream brands.
Blue Compass RV is celebrating America's 250th. During our Red, White, and Blue Compass event, save on exceptional motorhomes from $69.9. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. All this and more. Hurry to Blue Compass RV.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers. So switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
Get ready to experience the elegance, feel the excitement, witness the #1 brand in burlesque. Saturday, July 11th at Legends Casino Hotel. It's a night of dazzling costumes and breathtaking performances you don't want to miss. Secure your seats today and prepare to be amazed. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or the Legends Gift Shop. The Lala's Burlesque Show, Saturday, July 11th, Legends Casino Hotel.
In the 85 years of the American Diabetes Association, we've had many wins, but we've never rested. Because 1 out of every 10 Americans has diabetes, and they rely on us every day, just like we rely on you.
If you put your name on a vehicle, you're signing off on its quality. We don't take that lightly. Ford is #1 for initial quality among mainstream brands.
Are you ready to revolutionize your career in digital advertising? Join Morgan Murphy's dynamic team at Apple Valley News Now, where innovation meets opportunity. At Apple Valley News Now, we're leading the charge in connected television and digital sales, helping local businesses thrive in today's growing and evolving market. If you're passionate about digital solutions and driving revenue growth, we want to hear from you. Check us out now at morganmurphymedia.com/current-openings to begin your journey.
Good morning and welcome back. We talked about this a little bit ago, but we had a new wildfire start up yesterday. This is the Ryegrass Coulee Fire. This is just north of I-90 in the city of Vantage. Right now, the fire up to 800 acres. This was last updated last night, so we're waiting for a new update, but the containment is at 10%. So it's still a very active fire out there, and there are level 2 evacuations. That means to be set for the city of Vantage just north of I-90. And we'll continue to track that progress throughout the day today. Now, here are just a few reminders. You know the drill. Obviously, you don't want to burn any yard waste on days like today. Don't toss your cigarettes out the window. Don't drag those trailer chains. Don't park on dry grass. And obviously, don't shoot off any fireworks, as we have very dry vegetation and the winds will be picking up later on this afternoon and this evening. Our current temperatures were back down into the 50s and 60s, so it is a very pleasant, comfortable, seasonable start out there, unlike yesterday. 56 in the Tri-Cities, 59 Sunnyside, 61 in Yakima, 60 degrees in Pendleton, and 62 in Hermiston. Our winds are out of the southwest. They're pretty light right now across most of the region, a little bit stronger up in Ellensburg, where they will be a bit higher today as they were yesterday. Here are the forecast peak gusts across the region. wind. So many spots hitting between 15 and 20 mile per hour gusts, that is. These aren't the sustained winds, these are the gusts. 25 mile per hour gust in Yakima and 35 mile per hour gusts later today and tonight in Ellensburg. So wind gusts not quite as high as yesterday, but they're still going to be up there. And any wind with the dry vegetation can spark a fire just like that. So you need to pay attention and be very cautious on days like today. Our forecast highs in the lower 90s across the board, very similar to what we saw yesterday. Tri-Cities, same story tomorrow, 93, 91 on Saturday, and then those winds start to die down by the end of the weekend, and we warm things up next week. Yakima, 92 today and breezy, 90 tomorrow, 89 on Saturday, and then we're back in the middle 90s next week. Ellensburg, windy today, tomorrow. Wind speeds start to subside a little bit as we head into the weekend, but keep in mind this is where the strongest wind gusts will likely be. Hermiston, a pair of 92s today and tomorrow, and then 89 as we head into the weekend. For Walla Walla, 91 today, 92 tomorrow. Zoe?
Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Whether you played the original or you're just getting started, we'll tell you about one of gaming's classic adventures that's getting a remake. So stay with us when we come back with your entertainment news when we return.
Jardiance plays a role in my story, too. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well with Jardiance, a once-daily pill that helps lower my A1C. It works 24/7 in the body to flush out some sugar.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is a little pill with a big story to tell. And if you ask me, it's pretty swell. Action!
Don't be worried or overwhelmed with moving into a retirement home. Piper Barton is your turnkey resource for premier 55-plus communities. From repairs and packing to prepping, listing, and selling your current home, all managed with white glove care. Piper Barton delivers quality resources and smooth timelines. You can expect discretion, clarity, and results from start to sold. Sit down and have a simple conversation with Piper Barton about next steps today.
I take care of the kids, my dad, and things at work. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression, but help is available. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org today.
It's officially summer in the Tri-Cities, and that means it's time for Dust Devils baseball.
Thursday, July 9th, the first 500 fans will receive a bobblehead of Dust Devils alum and Mariners All-Star pitcher Andres Munoz, thanks to Washington State Department of Ecology. It's also a family feast night presented by Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo, Friday and Saturday with both featured post-game fireworks, thanks to Highline Engineering and Fabrication and ProMade Homes.
Tickets at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball, a Tri-Cities tradition for 25 years.
In the 85 years of the American Diabetes Association, we've had many wins, but we've never rested. Because 1 out of every 10 Americans has diabetes, and they rely on us every day, just like we rely on you.
Welcome back for your entertainment news. The Assassin's Creed franchise is releasing an upgrade to one of its classic adventures. Rick Demagella reports.
We fly no colors out here, but praise the lack of them.
The adventures of Edward Kenway get a major upgrade in Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync.
So let the Black Flag signal nothing. but your allegiance demands natural freedoms.
Setting sail nearly 13 years after the original, Resynced will be familiar to gamers who played Assassin's Creed 4, while being a fresh adventure for both them and newcomers.
Resynced is a full remake. There's new content, there are new features. We feature 6 hours of new content, including a new endgame chapter titled A World Without Gold, 3 new officer quest lines with 3 new officer characters, as well as new systems that are created from the ground up.
We're pirates, kid. We take as we please and become who we like.
Remaking the game was a challenge for the game's developers.
Let's just say it was a lot more challenging than we thought it would be. A lot of the assets had to be, actually most, if not almost all, of the assets had to be created from the ground up, because back then there was no physics-based rendering. These days, everything, light bounces off everything in video games, so we had to recreate almost everything.
You've a knack for this kind of work. It ain't work if you love it.
Leveling Up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is out today for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox consoles. Coming up here on Good Morning Northwest, Moses Lake is rolling out a 6-year financial plan after review finds city expenses are outpacing revenues. What leaders are considering to close the gap. Plus, Benton County identified the need. Now a local nonprofit is working to fill it. How a plan to shelter the unhoused in the Tri-Cities is gaining ground when we return.
Blue Compass RV is celebrating America's 250th. During our Red, White, and Blue Compass event, save on premium full-sized RVs from $19,900. Sleep safe, full bathroom, bunks for kids. All this and more. Hurry to Blue Compass RV.
The clock is ticking. Walker's Furniture and Mattress must make room for the biggest furniture delivery of the year.
Which means hundreds of items have to go immediately. Save up to 70% off floor models, closeouts, discontinued styles, and clearance items.
New collections are already arriving, and we need space. But once these incredible deals are gone, they're gone for good. Or shop now and pay over time with no interest financing for 5 years with no money down.
During the inventory reduction sale this week at Walker's.
We invited passionate soccer fans to push Nissan vehicles to the limit, just like they do with their teams. Further proof that the Nissan lineup is tested and trusted by the toughest. Hurry in to bring home a winning offer at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Get 0% APR on select model trims for well-qualified buyers, or get $4,500 customer cash on select Rogue or Frontier trims.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is bringing new ways to win with the $170,000 Summer of Fun and Games. June kicks off with Plinko Party and over $16,000 in cash and prizes every weekend. 3 grand prize winners will play for a chance to win $10,000 cash on June 27th. The fun continues all summer. Step right up to Play Lucky Pick 3 in July and Cash Cube in August. More fun, more ways to win at Wild Horse Resort and Casino.
Did you know that thousands of authors across the country have written books and published them with Page Publishing? If you've written a book, Page Publishing can help you through the process. We cut through the confusion of the publishing world to make it easy for you. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, we get you printed, distributed, and sold on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and in bookstores across the country. We'll even help you promote your book. That's right, we do all this for you. Biography, self-help, mystery, novels, sci-fi, even a children's book. No matter what genre, Page Publishing can bring your book to life. Call today for your free author submission kit and find out how you can be the next published author at Page Publishing.
Find the right publisher. Call 1-800-711-9637 or scan the QR code for your free writer's guide today.
I take care of the kids, my dad, and things at work. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression, but help is available. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org today.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Thursday morning. We thank you for choosing Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Salas, and whether you're just waking up or you're just getting home, we're going to start this off with checking in with Tiffany with your weather forecast. It's an alert day, Tiffany. What are we looking at?
It is another alert day, Zoe. Tomorrow's an alert day and Saturday as well. That's because of the fire weather concerns. We have very dry vegetation and we're going to have gusty winds at times through the afternoon and evening hours with low relative humidity, and you can get a fire to spark up very easily or an existing wildfire to continue to spread. So you just need to use cautions on days like today, tomorrow, and Friday. Now the winds aren't going to be extremely strong today. They may not be quite as strong as yesterday, but still, it won't take much. So those wind gusts anywhere between 15 and 20 miles per hour for many spots. They will be stronger in the Kittitas Valley as high temperatures top out in the 80s for Ellensburg, and we're talking about lower 90s for the rest of the region. If you are going to the Dust Devils game tonight as they take on the Hillsboro Hops at Geisa Stadium, their series continuing after their win last night, it's going to be hot. Prepare for the heat. Stay hydrated. 91 at 7, 90 degrees at 8 o'clock. Make sure you bring the shades as well. Temperatures finally start to drop off after sunset as temperatures drop into the 80s. Zoe, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Now in Yakima County, if you are planning on hunting at the Yakima Training Center this year, you should be prepared for these new changes. Wednesday, YTC released new rules for the upcoming season. This year, a maximum of 15 hunters will be granted access to the center at any given time. This measure is in place to prevent overcrowding. Shooting hours will be 30 minutes prior to sunrise up until 4:30 p.m. All hunters must be off the installation by 4:30. And another change to know is each hunter is permitted to bring one non-hunting helper. Hunters will also be restricted to carrying only one hunting rifle, and these new policies will start on August 1st. The city of Moses Lake is taking a closer look at its finances with a new 6-year plan aimed at keeping the city on stable financial footing. City leaders say their new sustainability plan was created after a preview found expenses were outpacing revenues, putting the general fund on a path toward a future deficit if nothing changed. As part of the plan, the city is now taking a second look at its biggest expenses, including parks and recreational operations. From leasing or selling the Larson Recreation Center to looking at partnerships with private organizations to deliver rec programs in the future.
You look at Quincy, Washington, where their tax base has a very different profile than ours does here or really anywhere else in Washington State. They can do a lot of these things. They set up a parks utility district, I believe, recently. But when you have a few entities paying for over half of their total levy, it makes it easier on the voters.
City leaders say the plan will continue to evolve as they work to balance future investments with long-term financial health. And today, Moses Lake Police Officer Edgar Salazar will receive the Hometown Hero Award from the U.S. Attorney's General Office. This is for his actions at the George Amphitheater 3 years ago in June 2023. 28-year-old James Kelly killed 2 people and shot 3 more, where Salazar had been working undercover at the time, and when the suspect fired at Salazar, he shot back once, striking Kelly in the head. The presentation will be in the Moses Lake City Council chambers at 11 a.m. today, and the public is invited. In Kennewick, communities across the country and around the world came together Wednesday afternoon for a unique tribute to America's founding. At exactly 3 o'clock Pacific time, participants in every state and more than 20 countries read the historic document simultaneously, commemorating the first public readings that took place on July 8th in 1776. Washington's official reading was led by 16-year-old Tanner Headley of Hanford. The event is part of the state's America's 250th celebration. Organizers are encouraging communities to reflect on the nation's history while looking toward its future. The Tri-City Alliance for the Unhoused is continuing its push to bring a low-barrier homeless shelter to the Tri-Cities. The group is working with local leaders to move forward with the project. Officials say they have made progress in recent months after Benton County adopted its 5-year homeless housing plan, which identified the need for a low-barrier shelter and future funding options. The organization says it's now working with the county to identify a location, develop an operations plan, and explore funding. The group says the goal is to create a safe place where people can access emergency shelter while also being connected with services that can help them find long-term housing. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, redistricting forces a state senator to move the outcome of a voter challenge questioning whether she actually did. Your time here is 6:34, taking a live look out into Pasco. We are looking at fire conditions today as it is an alert day. So stay with us as you can find out everything you need to know in your area when we come back on the other end of the break.
Why can't psoriasis just leave me alone? The inflammation inside, this on the outside. The pills and creams haven't done enough for me. I can feel the stares, hear the whispers. I'm done. So done.
Talk to your dermatologist about your psoriasis symptoms and treatment options. Go to SoDone.com.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Struggling with heartburn or reflux? At Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center, Dr. Amber Sharon and our experienced team offer Bravo pH testing to help get real answers. This minimally invasive test measures acidity levels in your esophagus using a small wireless capsule. Bravo pH testing can help your provider better understand your symptoms and create a treatment plan tailored to your needs. Ask your provider for a referral to Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center. Call 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org.
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion.
We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
STCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who's making a difference and going that extra mile to make our communities better, please let us know. Click on Volunteers Count on the contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. Today, tomorrow, Saturday, all alert days because the combination of gusty winds, low relative humidity, and dry vegetation could fuel fire concerns. So we are going to be on the lookout for that today, tomorrow, and Friday. That's why those days are alert days. As far as the weather is concerned, it's going to be pretty quiet, dry and seasonable into the weekend with highs in the lower 90s. And then we're going to heat up again next week, early next week, as a ridge of high pressure starts to build in from the south. So for today, expect temperatures to rise pretty quickly. We should be in the 80s by noon, lower 90s, 93 for the Tri-Cities by 4 with plenty of sunshine, and the wind starts to pick up a little bit during the afternoon hours. Wind will pick up a little bit earlier in the Yakima Valley, 83 by noon, 92 degrees by 4 o'clock. And for Walla Walla, winds won't pick up until later today as temperatures climb through the 70s and 80s and up to around 91 degrees by 4 o'clock. We are in the very high category for UV index, so please apply that sunshine if you're going to be outside for any amount of time today, especially keeping a close eye on the kids and reapplying that sunscreen every 2 hours, SPF 30 or higher. We'll talk more about that wildfire danger coming up in a bit. Zoe, back to you.
Following up here on a voter challenge brought against one prominent local politician that has now failed after a board says that there is not enough evidence. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Sipkovitz tells you why the case isn't going any further.
Amid a swirl of speculation over where she lives, current District 15 Senator Nikki Torres is defending herself against a voter challenge filed by one local citizen.
I found a Washington state constitution that said candidates must be a registered voter in their district. She was switching districts and residents so fast, I wonder if her voter registration was current with her latest filing.
Torres is now running in the 8th legislative district after redistricting cut her current seat. She says that in order to comply with the law, she moved into a home in the 8th district and changed her voter registration. And that is what the complaint is questioning, whether or not she actually lives in that home. Weiss argues that Senator Torres has a history of moving across districts to run for office, but he couldn't specifically prove that she doesn't live at her current registered address. As a result, the evidence in Weiss's case doesn't meet state standards for a successful voter challenge, which are now stricter due to regulations that went into effect in June. Challenges must now be fully based on first-hand knowledge, be submitted by residents of the same county, and it is now a crime to knowingly submit false information in a challenge.
So we'll go to a vote. All in favor, say so with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. So carries unanimously that this registration challenge is dismissed.
I am very satisfied with the results today. It sure does set the record straight. It does show that I did everything correctly, that it was no secret. I said I was going to move and run, and that's exactly what I did.
Senator Torres' opponent in the 8th district, Gabe Galbraith, is still questioning her residence. In an email to Apple Valley News Now, he says his opponent has struggled to answer the simplest question in politics: where do you live? Wednesday's meeting happened at the Franklin County Election Center. Caleb Sipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Now the voter challenge comes as a man is in court for allegedly stalking Senator Torres' daughter. He says he's been collecting evidence for the voter challenge. Stay with us on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we've got everything you need to know in your morning sprint. We're taking a live look out into Pasco at the Giza Stadium where the Dust Devils play tonight after their victory last night. So good luck to them tonight. And when we come back, also more on your weather forecast, as today is an alert day and we're looking at more as we go into the rest of this week. So stay with us after this.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel provides the full spectrum of orthopedic care.
A lot of times when I talk to patients, they're in so much pain that they can't do their hobbies. We can use the machine to balance the knee before we make any bony resections, and then that will hopefully translate to a faster recovery and a better, more natural feeling knee.
To learn more about services including robotic joint replacement at Prosser Orthopedic Center, visit prosserhealth.org.
It's officially summer in the Tri-Cities, and that means it's time for Dust Devils baseball.
Thursday, July 9th, the first 500 fans will receive a bobblehead of Dust Devils alum and Mariners all-star pitcher Andres Munoz, thanks to Washington State Department of Ecology. It's also a family feast night, presented by Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo, Friday and Saturday with both featured post-game fireworks, thanks to Highline Engineering and Fabrication and ProMade Homes.
Tickets at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball, a Tri-Cities tradition for 25 years.
Even if your child has moderate to severe eczema, they can feel the flow, feel the breeze. And Dupixent helps them feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Dupixent is the only biologic therapy approved to treat kids as young as 6 months for noticeably clearer skin and less itch. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent. Help heal their skin from within so they can stay ahead of eczema. Find an eczema specialist and ask about Dupixent today.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Don't be worried or overwhelmed with moving into a retirement home. Piper Barton is your turnkey resource for premier 55-plus communities. From repairs and packing to prepping, listing, and selling your current home, all managed with white glove care. Piper Barton delivers quality resources and smooth timelines. You can expect discretion, clarity, and results from start to sold. Sit down and have a simple conversation with Piper Barton about next steps today.
First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee, Apple Valley News Now.
Always on your side.
Time check 6:45. Welcome back. Today, tomorrow, and Friday. Alert days for the elevated fire danger thanks to the combination of gusty winds and low humidity during the afternoon and evening hours and the very dry vegetation. So this will be the case through the rest of the week and into the weekend across South Central Washington and northeastern Oregon. And here's the setup for today. We have a dip in the jet stream to our north and west, while an area of high pressure is building to our south, and the difference in pressure
In this morning's GMA First Look, snorkelers swept out to sea.
Right here, come on.
The dramatic rescue on the 4th of July.
Grab this.
Body camera video capturing the moment they were pulled to safety. It happened in the Florida Panhandle. Thankfully, 2 members of the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office Marine Unit were out on the water and spotted them waving their arms for help. And this morning, those quick-thinking rescuers are speaking out to GMA.
When we got closer, we saw that they were screaming for help and realized that they were in some real trouble.
They were spent at one point when we were coming up to the scene. It appeared that the male half was actually holding the female up near the surface, and they were minutes away from tragedy, if not seconds.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on this rescue and what to do if you find yourself stuck in a rip current. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Oquendo, ABC News, Miami.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow, and Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm the key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Now, the morning sprint.
On Wednesday, President Trump said he'll ask the Supreme Court to rehear the birthright citizenship case. Last week, the High Court ruled against the Trump's executive order seeking to end birthright citizenship. And the Supreme Court can choose to rehear cases, but it is extraordinarily rare. And Trump's petition will need to be filed within 25 days of the court's decision. Additional charges are being made in connection to the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool as Cameron Thayer's, Sophie Dennison Gibby, and Justin Carreno were detained last month after officers claimed they saw them removing pieces of blue paint from the landmark. The trio was arraigned Wednesday in court, pleading not guilty to misdemeanor charges of destruction of property. Olympic canoeist David Hearn, who was indicted last week for allegedly causing damages to the pool, is scheduled to be arraigned today. Into your business news here, a new study suggests dolphin tourism in Hawaii is contributing to unexpectedly low calf numbers in spinner dolphins. Spinners fish at night and rest in bays during the day, which is when many visitors encounter with them. According to a new study from the University of Hawaii that actually puts stress on the dolphins, and looking at the population of spinners off the island of Hawaii, scientists use drones to determine that only 9% of the group are calves, when that number should be closer to 17%. And lawyers for several states are finalizing an antitrust lawsuit challenging Paramount's pending acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery. Sources say the multi-state suit will likely be filed next week, though the filing date is subject to change. Such a suit could disrupt Paramount's plans to take control of Warner later this summer, and critics have argued that the deals would harm competition across the entertainment and news industries. Paramount, however, denies that. A new survey suggests doctors would like to use data from their patients' wearable devices. Over 2,200 doctors in 6 countries were polled, including in the U.S. Nearly all reported reviewing the data in some capacity, and the majority reported it could offer a clinical advantage when it came to caring for their patients. However, no more than 6% of doctors in any country actually integrated that data into their clinical practice. And a new report says cancer cases are expected to rise in the coming decades. Nearly 21 million people were diagnosed with cancer in 2024 alone. And according to the World Health Organization report, by 2050, they expect that number could soar to 35 million. Despite improvements in cancer surveillance and treatment, global healthcare inequities are driving more cases and deaths. Into sports here, Detroit Tigers pitcher Justin Verlander is hanging up his cleats for good. The 43-year-old announced on social media on Wednesday he is retiring at the end of this season. He wrote, "This has been a challenging season, both physically and mentally. Verlander has made just one start this season due to injuries. Over the course of his 21-year career, he's won 266 games, 3 CY Young awards, and 2 World Series championships." And later this month, the WNBA will host several events at the new Obama Presidential Center on the south side of Chicago. The center that opened last month features a regulation-sized basketball court. During the All-Star weekend that begins July 24th, the WNBA will host practices, a media day, and other events at the new facility. Former President Barack Obama was the first USA president to ever attend a WNBA game, which he did in 2010. And for your top 5 local today, 2 Hanford patrol officers were hurt and taken to the hospital after a vehicle crashed through the Y barricade at the Hanford site on Wednesday night. Workers were told to avoid the entrance and use the Yakima barricade instead because it was closed. Benton County Sheriff's deputies and medics responded to the barricade gate just before 7 p.m. for reports of a serious crash. Now, the status and motive of the driver is unknown, and the extent of the injuries of the 2 patrol officers has not been released. In Kittitas County, a vegetation fire broke out last night, threatening structures and jumping the Vantage Highway. It's being called the Ryegrass Coulee Fire, and there are level 2 Be Ready evacuations in place for the city of Vantage, north of I-90. The Kittitas County Sheriff's Office says the Vantage Highway is closed as there are down power lines, and westbound I-90 over the Vantage Bridge is also closed as the fire still remains active. And a Kennewick-based doctor is facing charges of unprofessional conduct and sexual misconduct from the Washington Department of Health. This after allegedly sexually harassing and sexually assaulting several female colleagues. According to court records, Brooks Watson is a doctor who was employed by medical offices in the Tri-Cities and nearby areas. Watson's license is still active as of June 2026. And the newest Kittitas County Sheriff's Office K-9 is being hailed as a hero for capturing 2 juvenile males who had escaped from a juvenile detention facility just outside of Ellensburg around 11 p.m. on Monday. 911 received a call from the Park Creek Group home north of the city of Kittitas, and staff said the 2 suspects broke through a window, attempted to steal an employee's car, and ran into the surrounding bush. Doc, the K-9 on your screen right there, eventually went through a barbed wire fence and found a belt left by one of the boys. Both boys were taken back into secure custody without injury. And if you are planning on hunting at the Yakima Training Center this year, be prepared for these changes. As this year, a maximum of 15 hunters will be granted access to the center at any given time. Shooting hours will be 30 minutes prior to sunrise up until 4:30 p.m. All hunters must be off the installation by 4:30, and another chance to know is that each hunter is permitted to bring 1 non-hunting helper. Hunters will also be restricted to carrying only 1 hunting rifle, and the new policies start on August 1st. Getting into what's trending now, iconic hip-hop group Bone Thugs and Harmony were honored on Wednesday. They received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, with fans, families, and others there to celebrate. The Grammy Award-winning group out of Cleveland, Ohio, has sold more than 60 million records worldwide since their debut in 1993. They're credited with introducing a chopper style of rap and bringing attention to Midwestern hip-hop artists. And check out the world's largest paper airplane that recently took flight, then took down a Guinness World Record. The wasn't your run-of-the-mill tri-corner dart design. This prodigious paper puppy was properly planned and produced by engineering students at Italy's University of Pisa. Nicknamed Icarus and sporting a wingspan of nearly 66 feet. Take a look there. It sailed an amazing 193 feet in a hangar in Bologna before touching down. The colossal creation was later certified by Guinness World Records to be the largest paper airplane on Earth.
And we do have today, tomorrow, and Saturday as alert days all across the region for the combination of gusty winds, low humidity, dry vegetation, elevating that fire danger across the region. So keep that in mind. As we take a live look out of our Pasco Skycam, it's 56. It's comfortable. We do have some fair weather clouds out there, and those clouds will clear out this afternoon, giving way to more sunshine. Tri-Cities, 93 today and breezy. Same for tomorrow, 91 and breezy Saturday, and then we'll see another warm up next week. For Yakima, 92 today, 92 tomorrow, upper 80s this weekend, and then Ellensburg is going to be windy today and tomorrow, so those winds a little bit stronger in the Kittitas Valley. And for Hermiston, lower 90s today, tomorrow, upper 80s this weekend. Walla Walla, 91 today. Zoe.
All right, thank you for that, Tiffany. Now, it was great having you with us for Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest on these stories at our website. Make sure to stay tuned for Good Morning America, and we'll see you again in the morning. Enjoy your day.